Hello again, we are back. Sorry about that little tangent, sort of speak, going on last video with gluten. I'm not a doctor, and like I said, your mileage would vary. Just kind of a personal experience with gluten and seeing someone else that having a similar problem with allergies with it. And we're playing Samson right now. TB, VC, 4M, 4T. And I'm feeling better right now. I guess I had to wait for like my body to just kind of wake up and get hydrated and maybe wait for that apple cider vinegar to kick in. Yeah, so this is our third video of the day. So last run didn't go so hot, but hopefully this one goes pretty well. Should have said that Spirit Heart for later, but you know. Spectre Tears are pretty good when it comes to, well, it's only strictly for like going over rocks and stuff. Not like piercing shots or anything. That's a start. Actually makes this room a little easier here. Let's see, what else is a good topic to talk about? Just nothing controversial, you know? Like, I'm trying not to be as controversial as I can be. It's kind of tough with, like, how things are in the world anymore. Nobody wants to hear it, and I understand. I guess we could talk about seasons. I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of something to talk about. Not a whole lot going on, it's a thing. I mean, it's cloudy outside and a wee bit chilly, but I don't need to talk about the weather again too much. Yeah, one of my favorite seasons is fall, because a lot of stuff is just like happen in the fall. Like, it's kind of a transition between, you know, summer, obviously, to fall, where everything's starting to cool down, things start dying off with plants and whatever, hibernating season. And so, like, I enjoy, like, kind of the fall weather where it's not too hot, not too cold. It's kind of right. And I also like, it's also around the time of year where it's Oktoberfest and Thanksgiving. So lots of food and beer. I'm not so much of an alcohol drinker. Like, I do it occasionally for like special occasions. Yeah, what else? Like, my mom, she really likes Christmas time, so like winter and stuff. And then I also enjoy the spring too, and the summer. So like, I enjoy all of them, but like the winter. This room is kicking my butt here right now. I enjoy all like seasons, but winter. I don't know, winter is like just obviously cold and snowy and icy and slick and all sorts of stuff. This year we had a pretty short winter for the most part, so because we had some bit of warm spells. Yeah, summertime, like, when I was a kid, like, summertime was, like, the best time, obviously, because it, I'll probably shouldn't keep saying obviously, because it's not so obvious with everybody. But for me, it's obvious because children, especially for me at that age, just enjoy like summer vacation and stuff. You know, just going to school, and then it's like we got summer vacation, the pool is open, got all sorts of like recreational activities, baseball, local baseball team. All that fun stuff. And now it's not as much, you know, of a magical thing because I'm an adult, so. But I do enjoy it because I can get out and do more stuff. When it's like really hot out. Or fairly warm out, you know. As long as it's warm, like, I like to go out and do stuff. Check out fireworks too that goes on from time to time. Of course, because of COVID last year, like, there was kind of a lackluster of events to do, really. It was mostly just like these, oh, what do you call it? Virtual events, so like Zoom calls and stuff like that. You just go on there as like, hey, I got this little meeting going on, or like a virtual 4K run. I don't even know how you do that. You just run in place, and I have a fake meter on there telling you, oh, I just ran 10,000 miles and I made a difference. No, you didn't. You just did. You just jogged in place. I see ya. I see ya. Walk 10,000 miles like that, like, you'd be dead within, like, probably the first 100 or something. At that point, you would have, like, no legs, like, at all. Like, they would have been, like, eroded away from all that exercise. That's if you can move, like, then, and survive from those elements. Oh, Taurus, huh? We get, like, a significant speed upgrade. This thing will proc faster. But yeah, it's, got those kind of events going on, and they're not that fun, of course. I hear about like little gimmicks that would come up. It's like, and I was thinking, oh, well, they got this thing going on. So it sounds like as though they're going to try to reopen some of the stuff around these parts. Nope. Turns out it was something that was extremely misleading, and they're trying to profit from it to keep their doors open for this place. Which is nothing wrong with, you know, doing this kind of a raffle-like system to keep the doors open, but when you, like, oh, it's probably the media that's kind of, like, didn't fully report it like they should, or maybe they didn't get enough information from them. But I was kind of bummed out. It's like, I'm not doing a raffle just to, you know, go to this event at this time slot instead of, like, you know, doing it for, like, you know, the entire event. That's like going in, that's after you buy a ticket to see Lord of the Rings or something. And then you can only see, like, I don't know, a tenth of the movie. It's like, what's the point? Oh, and it's not, and you can't choose whether it's some part you want to watch or not. It's random. Whether you like that part or not, it doesn't matter. So that in that kind of scenario, like, I mean, it's very similar to what I've described. It's redunkadonk. Around the summertime too, they got quite a few like community events and stuff going on. I mean, farmers market is obvious. Well, not obviously. Maybe reword that. Farmer markets are typically available around that time. Of course, around here, they wasn't available because of COVID. And of course, other places in the state, though, they allow it because they're not as strict with their rules, so to speak, with keeping things closely monitored and controlled. See what else is in the summer, like when you got like musical performances and stuff. This is just prior to COVID, I guess. Since a lot of it's pretty much been shut down. This year, I think it's going to be opening up some more stuff, because one place is already like saying that they're going to come back, and can't wait for that event. Of course, that's like a few months away or several months away, but that's a start. My sister, she's been trying to find stuff to do too during this you know, thing going on now. Just little, mostly, she's looking mostly for like, you know, in-person events, as opposed to all these Zoom meetings and stuff, all this digital stuff that's kind of going on. I think she's been kind of stir crazy too with the lack of stuff to do. I mean, I'm not too bad off. I've been pretty stable for the most part. Like, I don't really go out a lot to like do a lot for like these community stuff. Part of it's like location and stuff, and another it's like, I mean, location in the sense of distance to how to get there. So like some stuff I want to do is like out of town and I've got things to do, so if I get some free time, I'll be able to do it. That and like in some cases costs, and man, I'm just getting lost with this floor. Of course, the loss is kind of kicking me here, just a wee bit. Just this endless maze. Okay. Oh no. We lost forever? We'll find our way. There we go. Man, what else? Jeez. Sometimes I kind of hit dead points for these conversations, these topics. I guess we could talk about the run for a bit until I figure out something here. So we got a speed upgrade, and we also got piercing shots, so that's really nice. Not a damage upgrade, but we got piercing and we got spectral. So that takes care of that issue, and it also takes care of that issue with the lack of keys. So that's nice. We got the hollow here, so he's not too bad. Piercing really like cuts through him pretty nicely. We'll take that, definitely for survivability, and deal with the devil president. What we got here? No thanks. Okay. I'm just gonna black hard bomb this room. Oh. Our damage is still kind of lacking here. There we go. Let's see, it caved too. Man, I just don't have anything yet to talk about. Because I've talked about traveling in another video and stuff, so. Man, like, topics today are a little dry. I mean, I could probably talk about more about skull stuff, if that's what you're into. Probably not so much with students, because, like, I think I pretty much, like, went through some experiences with them. Certain ones, at least. Yeah, maybe I could talk about, like, stuff I did at school. Skull work and everything. I don't know. Like, I guess when I was much younger. Well, actually, so like back then I used to like, well, from grade school until I think part of middle school, I was doing a lot of the schoolwork, you know, by hand, you know, handwriting stuff. Even in grade school, I was forced to do cursive. And because I guess I was told, well, cursive is a good skill to learn, and that it's faster than, like, you know, doing regular handwriting and stuff like that. And then I was kind of forced to do it even in middle school. Of course, like, nowadays, like, people are typing and texting and stuff, so it defeats the purpose, so to speak. It's more of a calligraphy thing, sort of. I can still do cursive. I just have to practice some more to, like, you know, get things down pat again. But I don't really use cursive much other than for, like, signatures, or if I'm just gonna, like, be playful with my writing. Um, that's about it. But that was the thing. Like, not too many students were doing it back then even. But I had to, and I remember seeing this meme online and somewhere. I've got all the details to it, but it was like, oh, nice calligraphy. It's not, or someone was mistaken as calligraphy. It's actually cursive. Because there's a big difference between calligraphy and cursive, I think. Because like calligraphy is more lines of making the text much more pretty, and it does involve some cursive for some forms, but it's not the same as cursive. I don't know. Maybe the calligraphy would have been a more of a useful thing to learn in school than cursive, because at least like pretty text has some function. Because you see in TikTok videos and stuff, I guess. I can't really get into TikTok, but I've seen videos posted away from TikTok. They're originally from TikTok, is what I mean. And people just do that for fun. I mean, it's an art. I mean, they've been doing it for like thousands of years. Let's see what else. So yeah, because like the computer thing, going back with computers with grade school, was Apple IIs. So not much in the sense of I mean, you could probably type with them. We had printers, I think, but we didn't do any of that. Probably would have been nice, because that would have like accelerated my skills sooner with typing and document work. But it is what it is. I mean, at least I use them. And middle school, we started using more computer stuff for computer classes. I remember playing some. Oh, what is it? Man, I can't remember the name. Load Runner, something like that. Just kind of a platform game on the Mac. They had it on other platforms, but I think this is more of an updated version. So that was something we get to play for fun. We also did some form of like photo manipulation, but it was like a very cheap GIF-like program. Okay, that's nice. There's that 9 lines we were looking for. Okay, we'll take that. And we'll take this, because this will give us black hearts. And gives us flight, as long as we don't get any red hearts here. And yeah, it's I mean, that was like our computer stuff. I think we might have did some typing assignments. I'm trying to remember. Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. It's been a while. I definitely know in high school we did. Back when, I mean, it was like kind of a start of more affordable computers, and we're getting more of them in schools, and they're a little bit more advanced. I mean, up to XP. Let's see here. Yeah, that's right. Battery charge. We need that. There we go. And we're gonna lose our empty vessel next floor, but that's fine. So that was it for like computer stuff, computer assignments. And then like when I got into college, I was doing far more of that for writing papers and assignments and stuff. I had a class in community college that originally we were writing stories and responses to stories and poems and stuff like that, handwritten. So our story requirements, like 5.5 to 7 pages, right? That doesn't sound too bad, like on, you know, spiral paper or something, or notebook paper. But the problem with it was, the requirement was to write on every line, not every other line. So there's that. Especially with like paragraph spacing, like you move in the next line, but not like every other line for paragraphs. Plus, you have to write in the back page. So front and back is 1 page. Oh, I forgot we do have flight. So that makes things a little difficult until later on a student in there had an issue with like the issues. She had issues with this dilemma with having to handwrite stories and responses and stuff because she hurt her hand. Either hurt her hand, like sprained it or something, or she broke it. And it caused the teacher to have to change some rules, and instead of doing the archaic way of doing all that stuff, we did it all by typing, and that made it so much easier because like I was getting tired of just writing by hand, and I was so much more used to like typing at that point. That class was interesting too. I mean, that's another student story I could probably come up with, but I'll save that maybe for another video. Video topic. But anyways, I mean, so much has changed over the years with like technology, of course, and it's schoolwork and everything. Now it's like the school I used to attend to, now they use mandatory Chromebooks instead of like, you know, textbooks and stuff. You know, as young as grade school all the way up through high school, it's all mandatory. It's got its benefits and drawbacks, though. Alright, extra damage is nice. So I think we had glaucoma last floor. It's an item. I don't know if that counts for a sacrificial altar, but I just don't want it. Is that golden teleporter? It is. So I think we can utilize the golden teleporter here. I don't know now. I was gonna say if we could probably utilize it if there was a shop for a battery. And I'm not gonna like push it too much. Come to think of it, because how long this video is at this point. Been trying to find every little nook and cranny to like make this run pop here. See what else I used to do in school. So in grade school I used to play checkers, and I didn't play chess because at the time, only up to a certain point in grade school, that I didn't know how to play chess. So there wasn't really much with that. I was really good with checkers, and we could only play checkers if it was like raining outside. So, because you can't play outside when it rains. We have to stay indoors, and of course my second favorite activity, that's kind of a tie actually back then, which was playing computer games on the Apple II. And yeah, and then what else? Like, a lot of times the computer gets occupied because everybody wants to get on there and play. Of course, we had these things in place where you get only so much time during recess to play it, and somebody else has got to play. There's no like list, I don't think, I recall, so like it's just kind of like up in the air of who gets to go next or whatever. Oh, I spilled some water on myself accidentally. Yeah, this time not on the keyboard. I tipped it a little too much. We're good though. Not too bad. Let's see. I mean, we used to use audio cassette tapes for like playing all sorts of different stories and stuff. Like one was like, I mean, there was like the Harry Potter thing I talked about before, but there was also like, what's it called? The chicken noodle soup with rice, and there was a song to it. And we would listen to that. And then there was another one which was like a lion and a boy, and the boy gets eaten by a lion, and he was like disobeying his parents, and that was kind of the whole theme to it. And the parents, because of how loving they were, they had the patience to like free him from the jaws of this beast. And that was pretty much the synopsis of the story. If I spoiled it for you, well, that book's like way older than me, so it's not like I'm spoiling like the Mandalorian or something from Disney. Oops. We're gonna have to be careful here. Like, this Satanic Bible is like a pulse, not pulse, it's like, it's giving me a pulse in this run to like stay alive. 72% just dashed away my dreams, and I get like keys I don't need. Oh, here's 2 more keys just in case. Good luck. Good night and good luck. Our damage is kind of still subpar right now, this floor. Oh, in grade school, there was this thing we used to do when we get in trouble or whatever during recess. We go on this thing called the Red Square, where you can't talk. Yeah, I think that's it. You can't talk. You can't interact with children. You can't, like, sit. You have to stand there the whole time as punishment. And all sorts of rules. And then I think in the later years they started to put more in place because there were just too many ornery kids. I might skip that room. Me being one of them. So then they were just painting like yellow squares for some reason too. So people were calling it the yellow square, I think. Well, what's different than that besides the color? I don't know. I just paint here, kid. Leave me alone. Oh, well, that's something. The thing just keeps smacking me. You got probably like 6 lives or something here now. I don't really want to get that battery charge yet because I want to like use this other one that's coming up here. This other charge. There we go. Another thing that they used to do with me and some other kids is take you to the boiler room. And it was like one of the scariest like parts of the building and like the whole school was the boiler room. And looking back now, it's like that's such a terrible punishment. So what happens is they just stick you down there. I think there's like a desk or chair or something, and you just sit down there in the dark. Not completely dark, but it was dark enough to where it was like, pretty creepy looking. And the boiler room, obviously, is it's got a boiler in it, and it's what's keeping the main school like warm and stuff. And so you can hear all this loud noise, a lot of hissing, and the steam and stuff, and it was just like kind of dirty looking and everything. I can't remember too much of it because I wasn't down there that much. Just enough times so I could vaguely remember. And I don't think they do that anymore. Thank goodness. These kids these days, like, they didn't have it as rough as me. They got all these iPads and stuff. I swear. But yeah, it was a heck of a dilemma to be down in there. Back when they didn't care so much with your well-being and whatever. I mean, they did to a degree, but like only by requirement. Yeah, it's unfortunate, really. I can't get over there. I can't shoot over there. You're way too far. Okay, we cannot get hit because we'll die, and we might lose our deal. Well, if we die, then whatever. Okay, well, should not come to any surprise that 46% just kind of like went away. And I guess we couldn't die because we had another hit. So yeah, it's a lot of things changed with schooling and punishments. Luckily, they didn't slap us with sticks or anything weird. uh, it's kind of like what that meme is like. Born too late to travel around the U.S. and explore, or too late to travel the world and discover new lands. Born too early to explore the galaxies. Born just right for whatever meme. It's kind of like with that. It's like born too early to receive the stick from teachers or anybody in general. But born too early to have absolutely no harsh punishments. Born just right to like, I don't know. I thought I had something there, but I lost it. Oh, well, thank goodness for good damage and piercing tears and good tears rate. Otherwise, this room would have been a nightmare. This helps a little bit. Too bad our speed doesn't stay put, but you know. Just going to be a little tricky to navigate here with low health and speed. Oh boy. If I have to do this room with one heart, if I die in here and I have to go through this room to get to Isaac, it's going to be a nightmare. Because it's one thing to fight Isaac, it's another to dodge all this mess and I mean, the only thing that's like a saving grace is like every time we get hit, we get some damage. But that's going to risk our lives. Okay. You're tempting, but I can't. As you can see. And, hey, that paid out. Now this room, this whistling poop is just whistling. It's like, hey, come here. I'm going to, like, poop on you. Well, I'll poop on him back. What do you think about that, huh? Yeah, what else? Jeez. Oh, I guess like back then too. So some of the reading material in grade school that we had. So we had regular textbooks when we got older, but then when we were much younger, in the lower grades, we had books that was all stapled together. Like, so it was printed by printing paper. And the books were often like scanned from the original copies in order to like get a copy for the book, and because of like costs and stuff. So that was a thing. Sometimes we had some workbooks that were full in color and like practicing our writing skills and stuff. We even learned cursive in that too, come to think of it. Learned cursive in those writing books too. You just write them. So you see like an example and then you try to replicate the writing. So it's usually cursive. I remember that now. And then, what else? Oh, there was this thing, which I think honestly it's a pretty cool concept back then, which was, there's a way to practice your grammar skills with writing and speaking and stuff, which was Hooked on Phonics. That's what it was. So it was kind of like it's a game, and you can have multiple people play it, or I think just one. Oh, why would we take two of those? Yeah, so the game concept is, I'm trying to remember, because my mother later got a set, and then we lost all the tapes and cards and stuff, so it just defeated the purpose, which is too bad. But the whole concept is, so you got these cards and stuff like that, and it kind of like supplements with the tapes and the instructions of the game, and I guess the goal is like just pronounce stuff as best as possible. Maybe it wasn't as much of a game, but I don't know, they had like a bunch of different tapes, so they had like different levels, of course, to like build your skills from and improve everything. And trying to see what else. Well, thanks for the nickel, Sonny. I definitely needed that. Hopefully I don't die here. Yoink. You can keep your nickel. Alright, we made it to the chest. Now, oh yeah, more curses. Okay. What we got here? Okay. So you have redeemed yourself at the end to give me all this damage. I don't even know how I feel about that. I feel betrayed. You could have given it to me sooner. Look at this. You're just giving me stuff now. It's like, I pity you. Let's see what else. Like, tear rate's bad. There we go. What else? I'm not messing with this. At least I try not to mess with this. Okay. At least get them whittled down a little bit here. I'm just trying to remember here. What else is, you know, with grade school? I mean, we had music class like other kids, I guess. I can't remember much about music class. Oh, I mean, we used to watch stuff on the projectors for like Peter and the Wolf and stuff, and it used to be where it was like they would play Peter and the Wolf on the screen, and they had an audio cassette tape for some reason playing it at the same time. So I don't know if the thing wasn't capable for like sound or anything. Like, what the heck? I got a TV and could do like this at the same time. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what else, like, it's such a blur to me. Oh, they had this Scholastics thing. That's a thing I forgot to mention about with, well, I mean, I touched upon it, but, like, I didn't touch upon, like, the book fair stuff that they had at the school. So they had all these different books and toys and all sorts of stuff, usually pretty pricey. And they would sell all this merchandise. It's mostly just like for parents to be with their parents with their kids kind of thing, to get them to get stuff. And I mean, if you try to make up this run game, like, yeah. Thank you, that's what I need. Anyways, so you had all that stuff going on, and it was a big, huge selection, too. Like, we got some books, I remembered some books we got, so, like, one book I had, which was, like, the Pokemon, like, trainer thing, where it just tells you each of the Pokemon, little facts about it and stuff. About each of them and whatever. And I can't remember other books I got. They were about it, I guess. So yeah, I mean, that's our run. I'm not doing Delirium. I mean, I probably can with all this damage and stuff, but it's like the big downside is our health. So, yeah, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.